She lives, she breathes applause.
I do.
Do you want some champagne, darling?
I do.
Okay. Oh, you already took some. Let's just here pose it. Let me propose a toast to you, Macy. To you.
To you too.
And you look fantastic.
To all of you too.
Macy, you look fantastic. You give off this sort of, and I mean this as a compliment, sort of a Motown 50s, 60s vibe. And you know the way you dress. Do you like? Is that a compliment, or are you incredibly insulted? Or are you going to run off the show now?
I might do both. I might be complimented but still leave the show.
Just for effect.
Yeah.
Just for effect. Just for effect. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk about your career, about your fantastic life.
Thank you.
En dat wordt denk ik een heel interessant gesprek met Macy Gray. Blijf hier, dames en heren. We zijn zo terug. Ik zit hier met de already legendary Macy Gray is in the house, everybody. Macy.
Yes.
You've been to Holland before, right?
Yes.
You've been to Holland. Do you like Holland?
I love Holland. I've been to mostly Amsterdam.
Mostly Amsterdam.
Yeah, I've been to Amsterdam about 4 times.
4 times. So you get around, you really enjoy yourself there. What do you do? Do you sometimes have an evening off, or are you just here for business and then you leave again?
In Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think I do?
You party?
Yeah.
You party, girl.
Yeah, Amsterdam is a great city. It's a really interesting place.
It's interesting for Americans. I get a lot of huge American stars here on the show.
Yeah.
But basically because they love Amsterdam.
Well, it's very decadent, but it's also a great city. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
It's decadent but racist?
But great.
But great. I'm sorry.
I didn't know about the racism. But
no, it's pretty okay.
I like it there.
Yeah, it's very chilled. We love having you here, Macy. Are you here to perform in Holland, or that's probably coming up next month, right?
Yeah, next month we do a show called Night of the Proms.
Okay.
In Rotterdam.
Thank
you.
Rotterdam, also a nice. Please don't mistake the two, right? Don't go on the stage in Rotterdam. Diana Ross did that at one time. She was in Rotterdam. She said, "Hello, Amsterdam."
Yeah, I did it all the time.
She flew back in a body bag. Really?
Yeah. Well, we do a show right now in Antwerp, the Night of the Proms, and sometimes I say, "Hello, Brussels." And I'm not even in Brussels, but they get it. It's okay.
I made a little montage about your life. It's great, and we're going to take a look at that now. Dames en heren. Was that really your crib? Was that your crib?
Was that my crib? Yeah. My house? Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Nice house.
Thank you.
Wow. And coming from Natalie from Canton, Ohio.
Yeah. Canton's like a small town.
It sounds very small. Is it like, do you ever go back?
Well, it's about 100,000 people, I think.
It sounds like a place where cousins marry each other, you know? It's like...
No, well, none of my cousins are married.
That's good. Do you ever go back sometime?
Yeah, my grandma still lives there.
Okay.
I'm in love with my grandmother. I go see her all the time.
Oh, she's like a special person in your life.
Yeah, my mom still lives there. And so I go home about 4 times a year.
So tell me, was that something you set out to do? Is it true about what I said? Because it was in Dutch, you probably didn't understand. But you actually set out to become like more a writer of songs, a songwriter. But
yeah, I was actually going to write movies. I went to school to be a screenwriter.
Oh, a screenwriter.
Yeah, at USC in Los Angeles.
Okay, so you want to write scripts.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be a big movie producer, big shot.
Big shot.
Yeah, I was going to be a big shot.
Mogul.
Yeah, a big mogul shot.
Like big mogul shots.
Yeah.
Calling the shots, making people do stuff for you.
Like you.
Yeah, right. Like what I am in Holland. Sort of like, you know, more popular than the Queen.
You were one of them. Is he?
Is he? Yes, I am. Yeah.
Well, you're cuter than the Queen.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Yeah.
You're fantastic as well. Are you single? Are you married? What's going on with you?
I'm in between, not single and not married.
In between. I love to be the guy in between.
Yeah? In between who?
In between, no, just me and the next guy.
You and the next guy?
Yeah, I know. This is all coming out wrong. There are already so many rumors going on about that in Holland, and I'm going to say I'd like to be sandwiched in between guys. That's what I'm actually saying.
I'm trying to picture that.
No, we're not going to do that. But because on the new album, you actually sort of deal with that subject. You know, sort of waiting or looking for Mr. Right. You know, you deal with that, right, in one of the songs.
Yes. It's about you and you being in between. This song goes, in between, in between.
It was written specifically about me.
You are in between. I sing it at Night of the Proms that I do in November in Rotterdam.
Anything you're working on now? Anything coming up?
I just been You know, my album's out, so I've just spent a lot of time touring. My album's called Big. It's in the stores. It's the greatest album ever made. Go buy it. Plug.
Wow, you are a very smooth plugger of your CD. It's unbelievable the way you slide that in there. I mean, it's just.
I do a song from my new album called Big at the Night of the Prom show coming up in Rotterdam. Plug.
That is fantastic. Okay, it's true. Let's talk about the music. I can't talk about the music before we once again show a bit of. Macy, and during the clip, you just complimented me on my champagne. So it's great, huh?
Yeah, and I asked him if he drank all day.
And what did I say?
He said, yes, it's the only way to get through life.
You shouldn't have told him that.
What a role model you are.
I know,
I
it's true.
hope there are lots of kids watching.
They are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good champagne, and I'm happy you said you're international superstar. Macy Gray says my champagne is great. Because sometimes we get these Dutch hicks on the show.
Dutch hicks?
Dutch hicks, you know, from like a soap opera.
Who's
and they go, it's probably cheap champagne. But
it's not bad.
Not bad, it's fantastic.
It's good for cheap.
It's good for cheap.
Yeah.
All right. So talk about the new album. It's called Big, and it actually deals with... Actually, it took you 4 years to complete this one, or it took 4 years between albums, right?
4 years between albums, yeah. It took about 2 years to do the album.
Okay, and it also deals with a lot of stuff that's going on in your life, right?
That was going on in my life 2 years ago.
2 years ago, so you've gotten past that.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is, Justin Timberlake wrote a song for that one, huh?
Yeah, he wrote 2 songs. I worked with him on 2 songs. There's one called Get Out, and there's one called Okay.
And what's it like working with Justin? He's like the golden boy of music nowadays, isn't he? Everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's a really intense. Actually learned a lot from him.
Natalie Cole collaborated on that album.
Yes.
And Fergie as well. I had Fergie on the show.
Did you?
Yeah, her ass was in that seat as well.
Yeah, she's funny.
She is funny. She's fantastic.
She's hilarious.
So you're going to do your new song now. It's called Finally Make Me Happy. Are you happy? Are you a happy person now?
I'm happy right now. I have my ups and downs. You know, when I leave here, I might,
be depressed a bit.
No, I won't get depressed.
Oh, okay. But when you leave here, what?
I don't know.
You know what?
I don't know what'll happen.
Well, you don't know what happened.
But right now, I feel good. I feel good.
Are you really like an up and down kind of person?
Yeah, I'm very
mood swingy.
I'm very mood swingy.
Really?
Maybe it was from dragging me to church all those years. I think.
You think that's it?
Yeah, I think that's what did it.
do you know that sometimes, because apparently what I also said in that clip, in that montage of your life there, mate, I mean, apparently, because you come across, it comes across that you are you feel like you're sort of stoned or something undrugged, but apparently you don't do drugs, right?
Absolutely not. When I go there...
Because I just said it, and apparently in some interview you said you haven't done drugs in your life.
No, when I go to Amsterdam, I read books.
All right, that answered my question. But basically, you're fantastic. Lovely. I mean, please come back. Well, next time you're on holiday, next month, right? Next month in Rotterdam, sneak in another plug now.
Okay. Next month in Rotterdam, there's a show called Night of the Proms.
Right.
Where I sing, it's me, Bobby Lakatosh.
Who?
He's this famous violin player. He's incredible. Oh, that's what I said when I met him. But he's actually pretty
he's a
huge.
violin player. No wonder I didn't know him.
Exactly, me too. Like
it's too classy, too upper class, too sort of intellectual.
No, but he's really I'm all into it now that I've seen it, watched it.
It's great. Okay.
And Direct, who they told me is a friend of yours.
Direct? You know the band Direct?
No, but they said you do.
Yeah, I do. You don't know them.
I don't know them.
They're great friends of mine. Absolutely. We have them on the show a lot.
Well, anyway, we're going to all be at the Night of the Proms, which you guys it's a really amazing show.
Okay, stop the plugging. You plugged it enough.
And while I'm there, I sing a song from my new album called Big, which you should go get because it's
fantastic, isn't it?
It's great. It's fantastic, yeah.
I mean, this is just, to me, this was just like a master class in plugging your product sort of smoothly without people noticing it, just working it into the interview. It was impressive.
Yeah, it was really smooth. My album's called Big. Night of the Proms. I sing a song from it.
And who's the most important influence?